So the spring 2015 anime season is over. There was a lot of stuff to look at, something like 42 different shows and God knows how many movies. And I have to say, out of the stuff I saw, nothing really impressed me all that much. But before we move on to the new season, let's congratulate a handful of shows I did enjoy. The top anime series of spring 2015 are Blood Blockade Battlefront, My Love Story, Punchline, and I haven't watched it myself, but I am hearing a lot of good things about Sound Euphonium. Today we're looking at Charlotte, Gangster, Ranpo Kitan, Bikini Warriors, and a boring world where the concept of dirty jokes doesn't exist. Welcome to the anime show. Let's do this.
この世にはあなた以外にもたくさんの特殊能力者が存在しています。
Charlotte isn't anime. Charlotte is proof that we as anime viewers have Alzheimer's. Seriously, wasn't there a show about high schoolers developing X-Men style powers last year? The point of difference in Charlotte is that instead of being endearingly stupid, like what's-his-face from Supernatural Battles, the main character of Charlotte is a sociopath. Yu Otasaka develops the power to possess people for limited periods of time. And good on this show, it actually shows what would happen if a teenage boy got a hold of such powers. Yu cheats, pervs, and manipulates his way to the top of an elite high school, all the while gloating about his superiority. It's really hard to like or even be intrigued by this little shit. Watch as he gently lets down a girl who wants to date him, only to mentally chew her out for daring to like someone as good as he is.
お前たちみたいな普通の女子を僕が選ぶわけないだろ。
What a ball bag. Fortunately, by the end of episode 1, he's been laid low by the incredible human Skipping Stone and the not really invisible girl, who inform him that he now has to attend a school for kids who have powers. Really, this premise again? We're really gonna do this tired magic school shit again. So Yu and his cute little sister, yeah, there's one of those, get relocated to not Hogwarts to make sure they don't wreak havoc with their powers. You know, I will say one thing in Charlotte's favour. The powers all come with some unique handicaps. Teleporter Boy gets very realistically hurt if he, say, teleports into the sky and falls back to the earth. The girl can only remain invisible to one person at a time, and Yu passes out whenever he possesses someone. Watching these kids manage their powers and weaknesses could lead to some really cool scenarios. The possibilities really intrigue me. But I really don't like Yu as a character, this scenario feels extremely tired, and the looming sister complex just reminds me of anime's weird baggage, so it's not looking good. Gangster reminds me a lot of Black Lagoon, so that's already a pretty good start. Gangster is set in a European city ruled equally by the cops and the mob. It's a gritty, brutal environment where rough bastards like Warwick and Nick make their living. These guys work as handymen, basically freelance muscle for the cops or the mob, depending on who's paying, and they spend most of their time taking out criminals who don't play by the rules. Warwick and Nick are good guys though. Sure, they kill dozens of people almost daily, but they don't like guys who beat ladies and they get along well with kids. Warwick is the gunsling with the cool eye patch and is the main voice of the duo, while Nick is the cool silent type, mainly because Nick is deaf and communicates mostly through sign language. Nick uses a katana and is known as a tag for the dog tags he wears. And 2 episodes into the series, all we know about tags is that they are badasses and everyone is scared of them. That is an exaggerated anime physics, by the way. In this universe, kicking a police car into the air is a terrifying feat of strength. As I said earlier, Gangsta has streaks of Black Lagoon and even Cowboy Bebop. We follow a small ensemble of badasses and their motley crew of supporters. Seriously, even the Doctor will kick your ass. Our point of view character is Alex, a prostitute who becomes Warwick and Nick's secretary, and through whom we learn more about the setting. I guess the one problem with Gangsta so far is that it gets a little info dumpy. You could say that about most anime, but Gangsta is so cool and grown up and violent, but I expected it to show rather than tell. Also, I get the feeling from the opening credits alone that the female characters are gonna get a really rough go at it. I'm hoping the show approaches this subject matter with taste and restraint, but yeah, I don't know, it looks a bit rough. I really like Gangster so far. It's violent, it's full of great action, intriguing tough guys, and it just kicks all kinds of ass. Ranpo Kitan Game of Laplace is a crime mystery anime informed by the works of Japanese crime thriller writer Edogawa Ranpo. Get it? Edogawa Ranpo? Edgar Allan Poe? It's made by the same people who did Assassination Classroom, and boy do Studio Lurch like them some twink, ambiguously feminine heroes. 13-year-old Kobayashi wakes up in his classroom holding a hacksaw. At the front of the classroom is the dismembered, tastefully arranged corpse of his homeroom teacher. Thus begins a hunt for the serial killer with young Kobayashi as our prime suspect. But our gender-neutral hero is not going to take this lying down. He's a fan of mystery novels and crime media and is going to find the true killer, no doubt uncovering a grisly story en route. Rampo Kitan has a few cool stylistic touches. Characters stay as silhouettes until they're introduced. The sound is discordant and alarming to accentuate the tense moments. There's an air of the macabre in the air that promises to thicken as the mystery deepens. Rampo Kitan reminded me a lot of Psychopaths and Pupa and Death Note. Then again, that last one could have been the 17-year-old master detective showing up. I love me some morbid anime, you know, stuff with streaks of horror through it, so I have high hopes for Rampo Kitan. Hey everyone who likes Sword Art Online, Danmachi, and No Game No Life. There's a brand new RPG style anime in town, and this time it's an insightful commentary on sexism and objectification in video games. Oh, I'm just kidding, it's complete smart. Bikini Warriors is about an adventuring party populated entirely by busty women whose names aren't important. There's a wizard, a warrior, a lady who's black, but not too black, and wait a second, are you masturbating? You're masturbating, aren't you? Stop it, it's halfway through the episode. Wait, it's already over? The episodes are only 4 minutes long each? What the hell is this? Bikini Warriors is fan service distilled to its purest essence. And in a way, I kind of respect that. I mean, I don't like it. It's basically porn, but you know what? At least it knows what it's about. Bikini Warriors doesn't waste your time with some half-baked story. It starts, everyone sees some boobies, and it's over in the time it takes to have a cheeky wank. It also loses points for trying to have its cake and eat it too. In the first episode, it's like, hey, everyone, female video game armor sure is kinda sexist, isn't it? But it's still just like, yeah, look at the girl with the boobs. If that's all you want from anime, great. I totally recommend Bikini Warriors, but everyone else can probably skip this one.
みんな普段の私を仏頂面って言うけど、ろくにとも叫べない世の中で上手に笑えるわけがないでしょ?
And lastly is a boring world where the concept of dirty jokes doesn't exist. I really like this show. It's set in a dystopic future Japan where bad language, dirty jokes, and even a working knowledge of the human reproductive system has been outlawed. Our hero is Akuma, a boy from a lower class high school who has been accepted to the most elite and therefore most socially pure school in the country. Unfortunately for Akuma, he's blackmailed into joining the terrorist organization SOX, which sort of sounds like... The leader of whom, Blue Snow, has been terrorizing the surrounding area by saying rude words in public and showering people with nudie pictures. Akuma is desperate to win the heart of the virginal class president Anna, but is now reluctantly fighting a war of smut against a priggish future government. Episode 1 of this show was so funny, but at the same time it had a lot of restraint. I was worried Boring World was going to be loaded with fan service, but that's not really the case at all. In fact, the show seems to be playing with censorship as a comedic device. Blue Snow loves using bad language, but she uses it in very weird ways. Like when she shows up at the train station, she yells the word, "Big dingleberries!" which in this society is akin to throwing a hand grenade into a school bus. The climax of episode 1 was especially funny, but I wonder how they're going to top it for 12 more episodes. In fact, that is my worry every time I see an anime with such a novel concept. Sure, there's a lot to be explored with this subject matter, but it will take a very creative team to make it work. If it stays funny after episode 5, I'll be really impressed. So that's our first look at some of summer 2015. It's a great looking spread so far. Whether you like ultra violence, high school heroes, or boobies, there's sure to be something here that you like. We'll talk about everything in full once the dust settles. I'll see you all next time, where we'll be plowing on into whatever summer wants to throw at us. Thanks for watching. See you next time.